here. See that?
Hmm.
Hey, Rick. Salvador.
We got
Marshall,
that is
maybe
a
Marshall.
We got a big print here.
So one of the trips we make is we get out to Burns Ranch and we go up. Rick Gwynn would have been involved with a little group with Emery Taylor and some other people where they'd found where a bunch of amethyst stones, known as the Holy Stones, had been buried out on Burns Ranch. And we've covered in the Chasing Legends stuff a lot of stuff about Burns Ranch and the Holy Stones and a lot of that stuff. But they'd been out there and we got to make the trip out with Rick to kind of the site, some places and some of the history and things that he experienced out there and what happened out there. It's very nice because he was able to show us where they dug some of these cans out, which I didn't know how a can fit in a couple of these spots or how it exactly worked. I also got to watch Greg Davis, the Director of Acquisitions and Research and founder of the museum, almost tear out the seat of his pants as he slid like a child down the hill. But it was good because we got a group of people out there that got to watch us kind of as we were doing our thing a little. And it wasn't quite as in the serious context as what we usually do, but it was nice to have the group out there and check out Burns Ranch. It was probably until they started tearing it up one of our last visits to Burns Ranch. The next time Trevor and I went out, they had already started planning and to put the Peralta County Park in and started kind of completely disrupting.
It was found back over this way, though.
Back by the well?
Yeah, the well was where we found it when we got the first one at.
So now you and Emery found the map
Yes.
that you believe Chuck got from Henry Burns.
Well, yes, or he redrew it, one of the two, and I really can't answer that. I think I still have a copy of it at the house that didn't burn.
So you think there's the possibility that that stuff was buried by Henry Burns?
Yeah, I believe that. I do believe that, yes. I believe that it came from the Templars to the Indians to Henry Burns to Chuck Crawford to Emery Taylor and myself. That's the way I think it went, the succession.
Now, Rick, it was over that way you saw that squatch, right?
Well, one of the places was right down here by a Palo Verde tree where we took a picture of
But
the
it was in this wash area, right?
Pardon, sir?
It's this general area.
Yeah,
Okay, so we
Yeah.
should always look for footprints or whatever.
absolutely.
So we should be
Where we
always
saw
keeping our eye out.
Where I saw it though was up there near Burns' the house.
See a cow.
Here's pottery.
Oh, yeah.
One of Burns' old plates.
And anyway, the well is right over there.
Where?
Right in there, pretty much.
So where did you dig up the first group?
Up above the well, about 20, 25 feet. There's got to be the well. There's a hole right there. That hole is where we dug the first one out of.
Wow. Look at this. And look at some of those marks up here. So this is where the well was.
Hmm?
Look at how big they are.
Look at that. Right here. See that?
Hmm.
Hey, Rick. Salvador.
We got
Marshall,
that is
maybe
a
Marshall.
We got a big print here. Look at this.
filming that.
Oh, shit.
Hold on, Frank. Hold 1 minute. Check at that. Comes out of here. And then this bigger one. Look at that.
There's another one right there. Right there?
Yeah. Because you can see where something was stepping through the brush.
Almost, whatever it is, they got big toes. Or big claws.
It was big. And I know things will expand, but
That's large.
because well, that's a size 13 right there.
That is a very wide print.
That could be one of the sunlight on it.
Rick,
Yes, sir.
check this print out.
Found a biggin. Biggin? Biggin. Right on. I'm telling you, they're here.
Something came through here, but
Look
look
at
at this.
that.
Look at this one. See, I'm a size 13.
Yes, yeah.
That's a big print.
That's a big print.
Because you get me squashed out.
Holy shit, yes, that's a big print.
I don't know what would have
It
made
ain't
that.
no cow.
It's an alien.
You see it, Frank? Whatever that was print, whatever was going back up that way or up the wash.
That's Bigfoot. There's the toes. That's a,
There's where
kinda
it
weird.
slid. There's where it slid down even.
I was just joking to look for them.
No,
I didn't expect to find
this
something.
is where we found that one that was over there
Yeah.
behind the Palo Verde trees, was where we saw the footprint.
That's why you listen to the stories, then you come out and have the guy tell you about
where was the
stuff.
Palo Verde tree at?
Pardon? Right over here. I mean, it's on the other side.
Yeah,
of
I
the
want to
wall
go
right
back
here.
this way a little and
Yeah,
look.
we're going to go to the
I wanna go
well,
this
and
way
then
and
we'll go
let's
around
see
there and
what
I'll show you that. But
Look at this. This one looks more like a bear print. See this one here, Marshall? That looks more like a bear print.
yeah,
Because that's a big,
I've
my
never
hand
seen a
there,
bear.
that's a big print. Not the same as that one, but you can see, whatever it was big. That wasn't no deer or cow.
no, it ain't no cow.
That looks like a bear print more.
We found a couple of nice pieces of old pottery over there.
Yeah, I found the
Well,
bigger
maybe
one.
Rick was smoking a mushroom. There's another one. Looks like something big came through here. And I know where you guys were sleeping, so I know you weren't out here doing this. And that's older.
Here you see how it's all caved in.
Like a caterpillar came out or something.
Yeah,
Same
Pushed a
thing.
bunch of dirt out from a shaft.
Whatever it was came through here, it looks like.
Yeah.
Got a lot of the barbed wire.
There ain't been nothing coming through here much.
Black sand.
Yeah, there's a lot of black sand in here.
Oh my God! Driving on the road, I'm like seeing these piles of it like this.
Not mean much. But, oh,
Is that bedrock? Anybody need a pen?
Nope.
Did you ever watch Adam? I break the bedrock. Those guys get some gold.
What?
Right there's the hole.
So, you were up here digging those cans
We're
up?
learning right now. Good time.
What did you find up there?
that was the first can.
Those cans.
No, he's saying that
Oh, the Holy
they
Stone.
found
Yeah.
a map at Chuck's. They believe Henry Burns buried the cans.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it was these holes right here.
have one right up there, yes.
So well underneath that white spot.
No, it was,
The one to
gosh
the left
dang,
of
it's
it?
been so long. Whichever one you can get your dad burn hand in is the one that it was in.
Well, this one's down
Yeah,
in
just
there.
stick your hand in them holes, Wayne.
Okay.
Don't worry,
Listen for it to rattle.
yeah, don't worry if you hear something from inside the hole.
But they weren't like buried 20 feet or nothing like that, any of them. Whoop, I'm sorry.
So you guys came up here. Well, I think you dug here because there's dirt.
Yeah,
Two.
I'm sure that was the hole right there that he dug, that we pulled it. He went up there and pulled it out.
Emery
I
did.
yeah, because I still had that damn hip operation coming up.
Wayne, why are you on fire?
Why am I on fire? Where am I burning from?
Back pocket.
Your back pocket on the other side.
Of course, there's gold in mica too, depending on the mineralization.
Up high.
Hi.
There was
Okay.
smoke coming
Yeah,
out of it.
it's not coming. I don't see it anymore.
Is that
Like, what is it?
Ass on fire.
I don't know. I don't see it now, but there was smoke coming out.
It was the one behind you, right there.
What'd you have for dinner last night?
Hey, Wayne.
Behind you, Wayne.
Wayne, it was the one behind you right
This side,
there.
right.
Yeah, and there was some rocks that were kind of piled around it, as I remember. It's been so damn long, man. And that's the one right there.
What was it?
Hey, you know the longitude and latitude of this place here? Can somebody pull it up on their phone or something?
I think I can.
It should be 333, 330 or something like that. 333 again. It should be right.
Because the actual house itself was further over there.
Yes, it
Rick.
does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did the map tell you how many cans were in each area?
There was a mark on the map. Emery kept pretty much close. He kept it most of the damn
You okay,
time.
Greg?
Yeah.
But it
Come
was
over to the right, your left. Because the
But
rocks
yes,
there,
they were
that,
marked
that
that-
stuff is going, you're going to slide on it.
the map was marked.
33.3,
Yeah.
111.6.
Okay. Now in the Orkney Islands, at the well that they found the talking stones at, and the ring that had the lift up the stone, and they said when they lifted it up, that a lot of people heard it talking to them also.
That's you.
Okay.
And, yeah. Well, you know.
What are you looking at up here?
That's where we got the first can right there.
What do you have for coordinates?
Sir?
What did he have for coordinates?
330.
Oh, hang on, let me pull it up.
11, something like that.
It's 33.3, I think.
Rick, what
Yes.
year was it you found these? 2000?
Oh my goodness.
6, 7?
It was when Emery still lived over there with the old guy.
They used to have a website with everything on it.
Yeah.
And then Emery took it down.
Where do you want me to go?
I have trouble remembering dates and all that. I'm so sorry, buddy. You know.
It's okay, Rick. What you finding over there, Frank?
They're throwing boulders at us.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring it back. Put it in the Jeep. You okay, Greg? Okay.
So you know that 33.3 is pretty significant, that number.
Look at that, Trevor.
Yeah.
Down.
Yes, it is.
Yep,
Got it right.
yep.
Not necessarily in the Templar, it's still that one area.
Yeah.
That is the director of research and acquisitions for the store.
Albert Price was the kind of head for a while, the Scottish Price. They're not Scottish, they're from France. France had an
Boy, it worked when you can let gravity do the job.
Well, if that's the case, Greg, I'll just tip.
33 degrees, sonic degrees. Same number of vertebrae you have, same years of Jesus' life. It's pretty significant, that number, huh?
Didn't fall that. Yeah, sure it is, buddy.
Somebody catch him.
Be careful. But yeah, and then on the other ones, man, they were buried in just different places over there on the claim. This is the only one that was off the claim, the one above the
How
well.
many cans did you get out of here?
One.
One can.
One can. We got one can out of all of them. All the places we dug.
The golden arc or the golden 33 degrees. If you look in every bit of architecture from like the 1500s, yeah, it's all.
I found part of old Chuck Crawford's
Not the golden triangle, that's the
killing or whatever you want to call it.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, buddy.
It's all
I mean,
back to
it
33, 33.
is rich with ore. Well, you put the fire out.
Well, I figured if there was any cactus, Greg took it.
Chuck Crawford
Time for a new pair.
was back in the mountain. And he found a piece of quartz, purple quartz, with a hole in it. And he claimed this stone talked to him. That God talked through this stone to him. Now, quartz is used in ham radios. Could have been an alien. I mean, who the hell knows? But he had a collection of quartz rocks that he called the Holy Stones. And right up over in this other area, they had a claim. It was called the Holy Stone Claim. And Rick Wynn was out in that area, and he found some coffee cans that supposedly Chuck Crawford had buried full of these holy stones. Now there was this woman from Germany, she belongs to this holy stone cult, who was coming out here watching these guys digging up these cans. And she had offered $10,000 for something that Tom Collenborg had. And Tom and I were really good friends. And I asked him, I said, what do you have that this woman wants? And he just couldn't think of it. He said maybe it's he said in Ward's cabin, he had a scroll on the wall that he drew. And Tom copied it on like a roll of butcher paper. He's thinking, maybe it's that. It's something that Tom had that she found out about that she felt pertained to this holy stone thing. So Wayne and I stopped out at Rick Wynn's home one day. This is before he passed. And he brought out some containers full of holy stones. And he said we could each have one. Of course, Wayne, he had to take a whole handful, but I was more selective. I picked up one that I felt attracted to. And when I got home, I took a picture of it. And when you look at the photo, it looks like a devil's head, with like the horns sticking up. And sometimes at night when I'm sleeping, I have it out in my family room. I can hear something talking out there. It might be my wife on the phone, or it might be that stone. But Chuck Crawford really believed that these stones could be used to talk to God, he felt, but like I said, could be whatever. Could be lizard men trying to lure you in. I mean, it could be aliens. I mean, it's like out of Burns Ranch. Tom told me that old man Burns used to call him up, hurry up, get out here. He said, there's UFOs flying over, going over toward the Staircase Mine. So you look at, okay, how does this all tie in? It's been proven now that there is such a thing as aliens flying around in spaceships. The government finally admitted, our pilots are picking up video of these things buzzing around over the damn place. So are they something that is from outer space, or is this something from here, living under our oceans, under our lakes, in the superstitions? Who knows? And you talk about the lizard men, there has to be something alien involved. Same as Bigfoot. There are people that claim that Bigfoot was designed by the aliens to dig for them. And the one thing that they were looking for was gold. They used gold in the process of powering their vessels. So maybe elsewhere in the universe, the gold's not that plentiful.
Wet.
Is it another one?
Well, it's not the same as those other ones.
Okay.
But this can't be a bear because there's no claws.
Looks like a cat.
But it's hard to tell because there's no definition around it.
Yeah.
There are cats out here. Huh. Where was that?
Not huge, but it's big as my fist.
Gotta be right there.
Look for the Palo Verde.
So it ain't no girl cat.
There was a cabin.
Oh yeah.
This was a ranch. If you
I don't know if it's online. We'll post eventually about it, but there was a ranch house and a ranch and everything here, and the Burns lived here forever.
I got the ranch, I think, was still over to the left.
Yeah, but we're going to the Palo Verde.
Looks like somebody's corner marker.
Northwest, southwest.
Yeah,
Code's number 2. Code's number 4.
yeah.
Cows. Laying down in the shade.
So I'm thinking this might be his Palo Verde. We'll wait for him to come around. So he probably was seeing whatever it was across that way. How did he react?
Kind of like had that look in his eye.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
So you could tell he was reacting to something. He had no clue what it was.
Yep.
Well, if it's there, hiding right now, it's going to eat Greg. Keep the camera on Greg.
Oh, the bear?
No, they say they saw a Bigfoot in here.
Oh.
Well, it could be a bear or a mountain lion too back in here. So,
Or both.
but any of that film we will take.
Or all 3.
I'll miss Greg.
And that was the last time
wrestling
they ever
the
saw
edge.
Greg again.
Yeah, that's right.
Into
up
the
there
brush
with
he goes.
$6 million man and Bigfoot.
Well, Rick got stopped. Frank and him must be talking in Salvador. Because I want to know where he thought he saw that go through. Well, Greg, you should have stayed there till Rick gets here, because I wanted to see what kind of where he saw and get an idea what he saw go through there. With Marshall. Marshall said he didn't see it. But he could tell by your reaction you saw something. So,
Marshall?
well, I don't know where he went.
Yeah.
He went around the corner behind you guys over there.
Anyways, but Marshall said he was
see.
there, but he could tell by your reaction. But he said he didn't really kind of catch a glimpse of it. Where did you see it out there? And
We saw it over there by the cabin that night.
well, I thought you said you saw it by the Palo Verde.
This is where we found the footprints by the Palo
Oh, okay.
Verde.
You found the footprints.
Yeah, when Marshall and I. Oh yeah, we didn't see the. Now I've got it not
Okay,
confused.
call it Squatch.
Okay, the
It's not
Squatch.
Squatch, yeah.
Marshall, when I brought him out here, we went back to where the cars are parked, and it sounded just like the thing was almost in the same area as where I heard it running through the bushes the
You
night.
could hear it thump, thump, thump.
Oh
running.
hell yeah, loud.
So you heard it? Did you see it?
The night when I was here with Emery, I saw a shadow. And it was very big, and
Something big.
It was upright, and it was thump,
And
thump,
you thought
thump.
it was Will at first.
I did.
But then you looked over and found Will.
Yeah.
Because sorry, Will, but you are big and hairy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So.
Yeah, this was when we had the psychics out here, and they found a whole bunch of orbs and spirits, they say, that were right out there by the cabin.
Now, you told some other guys, right? They came out and got pictures.
No, those are the ones that had been out here for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Dr. Carl is his name. He's a chiropractor, and him and his buddy have been looking for these squatches for a long time, and they said that they saw 3 of them out here at one time.
And they got a picture of them.
And they got a picture of a female one. I mean, absolutely. They showed me the picture. I don't know, Marshall, did you see that picture?
He's wondering.
Did you see that picture those guys showed us, the doctor?
No, Marshall didn't see nothing.
Okay. I'll be damned. I thought it was him.
I think he's just covering up.
I think he is too. He don't want to be in there.
You
don't want to
be
admit to
in
anything
there.
on tape.
Yeah.
There's a warrant out for Marshall, unfortunately. And
So anyway,
Child support.
Anyway, Marshall and I went back there and it was in the daytime too when we heard it the second time there.
okay, so this is where you found the footprints.
And we were digging something over here, so that's how we happened to run across these footprints here. And it was the very same day somebody shooting over there.
Yeah.
Frank found a snake.
That was the very
Or 2.
that was the very same day that we heard.
Was that the
thing.
same? Were you digging the cans, or were you digging something else?
we were digging something else.
Now this was the Holy Stones claims, right? You had like 2 or 3, 4 of them through here.
We had 1,600 acres over there. Bob Ward's claims.
Yeah.
This was all burned. We never did take a claim. Who had the claim was Chuck Crawford, and so we just kept it up until.
Okay, so it was
till we
Chuck's
got-
claim, and then you just kept renewing it.
Yep.
Whose posts are those?
Yeah, who's got the posts up now?
I have no idea, man.
Codes number
Once
2.
they found out about over yonder there,
They probably found
everybody
out a little,
started claiming up all over out here, buddy. I mean, everywhere, all around my claim over there. And yeah, so we saw the shadow the first night, like I say, Emery and I, and we accounted for all 6 of us without a problem. And then when I told Marshall about it, we came out here a couple days later, and that's when we heard it again.
Yeah.
But I'm talking, I can't do it, but it's loud, buddy. I mean, you could tell it was heavy.
You could hear the big.
They weren't no cow either,
Yeah.
you know. Yep.
Yep. So okay, we got that. So we can walk over to board the cars. You'll show us where the shadow was, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You'll be able to show us that.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. It was
And then the rest of the digging for the Holy Stones were up in this area.
up there by the cabin.
Up by the cabin. It was just the one by the well.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's right.
All right, we got that.
Yep.
All the paperweight.
It sure is pretty out here, boy. I tell you what. I'm gonna hate to see houses on that hill. I might probably not though. I understand that they want to make that into a park over yonder there.
Yep, I got the paperwork on it.
Did you?
I'll be happy to share it with you.
Well, there's some things over there. You don't. If you got them ground owls, they won't do it right. There's them ground owls over there.
Really?
Huh?
I need to know this. Okay.
Yeah, they sure are.
Are they the burrowing owls?
Sorry.
Burrowing owls, right?
Pictographs, yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote an article.
Bigfoot and the superstitions. I've never seen one. Doesn't mean there's not one there. There are many reports of them. Rick Wynn claimed he found a footprint not far from where I'm standing. So you have reports of flying saucers. You have reports of Bigfoot, all in the same area. Usually with like a lot of these stories, somewhere there could just be a small basis of fact behind these stories. You know, with bullshit added, just like with all these treasure legends and all this Jesuit treasure and all this crap, there could be a basic link that hooks all those together. Now, until one buzzes in and picks the 3 of us up and takes us for a ride, which I wouldn't mind going on, as long as they'll try operating on me. But I would go along for a ride just to see what the hell is going on.
Emery and I, my son and the other guy were over in there.
Okay, so Will and the other guy here.
Yeah. And the other people were right over here by where the cabin was.
It's about right in here.
Yeah, and they were over here. And these bushes back here are the ones that they went through. It's pretty. If we go back down there, you'll see that it's really thick right in there. So you can see why you don't.
Well, that's about where we saw that footprint today.
Yeah.
It was coming right out of that same area.
Yeah, yeah. And that's where Marshall and I also heard it a couple of days later on.
Yeah.
Yes. And, we dug out cans. There was one of them was in this little center aisle here.
Okay.
There was a cement slab there at one time. I see parts of it right there now, as a matter of fact. And we dug one out of that. There was a couple of them up the road that went to the right there.
Okay.
And that goes over to where his what do you call it? Not a kiln, but his furnace.
Okay.
Anyway, that's where that was at too, up there. And then we found one over here, not very far from where the cabin would have been. And they were just variously placed around here. There was one, the furthest one out was way back there by a little wash, and that's where I found the...
Now, were you able to kind of pinpoint those a little off the map? Or?
Emery and I, yeah. Emery was dead pretty much on it, so I don't...
You didn't metal detect or anything like that, or?
No, he did not. I don't think he did, by damn, no.
Well, if we hear from him again, we can ask him.
No, he did not metal detect, I'll be darned. He knew pretty much
once
right about where they
once you got
were.
the first few, he kind of figured out where the rest were.
Yeah, I think he'd come out here before and, kind of surveyed the area and all that stuff. And so he might have known.
You could tell those cans had been in the ground for.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. They had they were duct taped on the top.
Yeah.
So nothing could get in them. And most of them were just old coffee cans.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you still have them in the original coffee cans, right? Yeah.
I do.
So.
I wish I would have brought some of them. I didn't even think about it.
Well, I forgot to tell Frank to bring his out.
We were trying to fly out of the house. My son's supposed to be out here today, so I'll call him up and see if he can bring one out.
I know. It was.
But yeah, they were buried in various places over in
I
here,
went up to
and they were all,
Fremont's Saddle
I
once,
mean,
and
like
as
kind of
I'm
like by a,
going,
like
there's
a
a bunch
tree
of
or
us,
something like
and
that.
there was a
And you
bunch
would
of
think
people
they'd be,
that day,
you know, a
too.
marker or
And,
something. And
I'm
but you
like,
could tell they
come
hadn't
on,
been
there's
dug up
all
in
these
quite a while.
people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell, and I
Well,
love
we'll get over to
no,
Burns
like
Ranch
taking
then.
pictures
Or
and
no,
stuff,
we'll get
and I
over to Ward's
look,
cabin
and
then.
the
Sure.
snake's just
Next,
flat
go,
out,
and we're going
but
to stop at
it's
the gate,
against the
right?
rock. It's-
Yeah, yeah.
So because they want to
And
see
I'm
the
like,
tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like,
Sure.
okay.
One of the controversial things is there was a group of individuals, and I won't use their names, but they were in various forums and so forth, represented themselves to have been in the spiral staircase mine. And it was very obvious they were trying to say they were in the spiral, and they were talking the history of the spiral and these various people. The problem was when I saw it, I realized what mine they were in. And while I had been in the mine before and I'd filmed and taken photographs, none of it came out on my phone. My phone was blank a whole period of time that I was down in this particular place. So I had photographs and video before and after, but the stuff in between was completely missing in my phone. So I decided to go back and do it again a second time because I wanted to be able to put myself in those conditions and show that this is where it was. These gentlemen have been what's called the staircase mine, not the spiral staircase, but the staircase mine. It's also known as the DeCook mine, Henry DeCook's mine. Tom Collenborn and Don Hensley were out there for a period of time and worked. It's out behind Ward's cabin up on the hill, kind of southeast of there. And I went out there and I wanted to get down in there, get photographs and get a lot of stuff. Lucky again, because I didn't know that Peralta County Park would just be changing all this, I was able to get photographs and stuff and kind of deal with the history. But the big thing was these people had represented themselves as being in the spiral, doing all this investigation, showing where this wood floor was they were digging out that was going to go into the chamber below and all, which was all utter bullshit. So they just basically tried to misrepresent something, and they could call me out on it, whatever, and they were out at the rendezvous before. The point is you know, that was just kind of a joke, is, you know, you act like nobody knows what you're talking about and nobody's been there. I went out just make sure that I could show and I could film and take pictures and show this has nothing to do with the other. Bob Ward did say that it had a tunnel down below it and all, but that was Bob Ward probably having way too much to drink. All right, so this is where Kurt Painter and these guys claim they were in the spiral staircase mine. And the pictures and everything I got absolutely resemble what they called the spiral staircase mine, which was not. This is the staircase mine, otherwise known as the DeCook mine. So, Henry DeCook had it. Then Bob Ward came out here for Tom Collenborn, and I think it was Don Hensley. And, yeah, they were, didn't pull much gold out of here. That's this mine. So this is the, you can call it either the DeCook mine or the staircase mine. And I don't see any sign anywhere in here of any kind of vein they were following. And Tom said they got a little gold, but I don't know what they could have got out of here, because I'm not finding anything for any reason. Now the guys did stage a little thing down here where they acted like they were digging up wood slats. There's nothing here, you can tell, but they did this whole little reenactment scene. Like I said, if I show the pictures of them, they were sitting right on these steps here. So this is the mine that they actually took the photographs and the evidence of the spiral staircase. And whether or not they had the wrong mine, they knew they had the wrong mine and just decided to fake it, I don't know. But this is the staircase mine. All right, so here I am. I'm at the top of the staircase, looking back down in, but yeah, give you an idea. If I can find the button here. It is pretty black. So you can't see any trace of any light anywhere when you're right here. So it is kind of has its moment, but yep, down in here, not very cool today in here. It's kind of humid and warm. So we'll get this flipped around here so you can kind of see as I kind of exit up. I would say it's about 30 yards, 30, 40 yards to the bottom. Oh, I got a cricket up here above me, or some kind of spider or something. Yeah. Oh, there's a spot where they hung a lantern too. I'll get at that. So they must have hung a lantern or done something. They could have been stringing lights for all we know along here. So I'm kind of working my way up. timbering and stuff that's left. You can see where this is. They worked back in here out. So I don't see any critters in here. So and then we're working our way back up. And that's and obviously called the staircase because they made stairs, cut stairs into this, and you can see there's kind of a cement here. So try to get some good. I think we can do a narration voiceover for this better and use the best footage. But yeah, there's 2 sets of steps on this first set, and then after you turn and make a hang a left, there's another set of steps. I'll follow back down and use my battery out filming here to show them. But yeah, this is obviously I could replicate the photos of the other guys if I was here, but you'll be able to tell. But here's the second set of steps, and hence the name. It went from DeCook Mine and became the staircase mine, obviously because of the staircase. And I guess people could naturally get it confused because it does wind, but it is not the spiral staircase. So we're gonna start working our way out here. Whew. And so this stuff out, coming up. Turn off this light now. Oh, don't want to clock my head. I made it, Frank. I'm survived. Are you happy to see me?
Well, I was getting ready to leave.
Okay.
Yeah,
You don't want to come down in?
Nick was down in there.
Okay.
I figured I could help you get out.
Okay, that's fine. But now this is the staircase mine. This is the mine Kurt Painter and all those guys said was the spiral staircase, and the photos, everything will match up. So, but you can't find a vein, any type of mineralization in here that you couldn't even make you understand why these guys were digging.
You see staircase?
Yeah, I took pictures and filmed it. There's 2 of them, two small staircases. Last time I filmed this, I did not, the video footage didn't save to the phone. So I'm checking, and I know right now it's saving. So we do have footage this time out. But it also dispels the myth and rumor that someone else was in the spiral staircase and made it to the bottom. They did not. They made it to the bottom of the staircase mine, which is pretty simple, pretty easy. The only thing tricky about this place, I think, is this old ladder. That's it. And I would not recommend for people to come in here because there's nothing to see. It is full of choya, so I'm sure I got a bunch of choya on the bottom of my shoe. But it's full of choya. And the ladder is very old. It probably goes back to Henry DeCook.
This was Tom's mine.
And well, Tom had it after Henry DeCook. But yeah, this thing has just been not well taken care of, so there's a good chance. They did use sheet metal screws in it. Tried to shore it up. You would think someone would have brought an aluminum ladder in, but yeah, one of the rungs is already obviously broken. It's laying over here. And I'm sure these others are preparing to go.
There's nothing to grow.
Okay, so we're kind of waiting. I think Trevor's going to bring the camera gear in, and we're going to shoot. He will see if he wants to shoot or if he wants to shoot anything from above before I climb out. So I'm kind of hanging in here. But we think Frank thought he heard some people, so he went to check it out. It is humid down in here, and not very cool. It's very clammy. So I am just pouring buckets of sweat right now. So, and I just got it running into my eyes now. But no sign of a vein, nothing I can find. The rock looks the same all the way through. I'm not seeing any quartz. I'm not seeing anything to crush, anything I would even imaginable. And while I have a limited knowledge of geology, Frank's not seeing anything either. So, and this is old school with an iPhone. Much better than the guys that just sit there in an office and talk about it. But yeah, I would not recommend. There's not much to see here. There's no relics, some busted timbers, a lot of loose rock. It's not necessarily dangerous except for the ladder. But it is a little sketchy getting the ladder. If you had an aluminum ladder, it'd make it easier. And I'm sure this thing will collapse eventually, but at least it's a old, you know, hard rock lode mine, so you feel a bit more secure in there. You got to watch your head a little. It's got a good ceiling height, and of course it's got the concrete stairs, which makes it kind of nice. But yeah, and I didn't, no wasps, no bees, nothing else like that. Got Frank up there trying to find everybody. Left me down in the pit, huh? Nice. So, but yeah, I prefer this because at the same time you get to see something of an overview of it, and it probably deters people more likely from going down in one of these places like this. See, so it's kind of neat, kind of nice. You get a good look at it. You can stop and kind of look at different aspects of what I got. I wish I had better lighting in there, but you know, I had what we had with us. We were expecting Trevor to be with us with the other camera set up, and I'm going to give that a little more time. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get up towards more the top because there is a breeze and it's coming in on me, and it feels good because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just becoming soaked because it's humid. And the funny thing is, it's very dry. It's dry back in here. But there's a lot of moisture in these rocks somewhere. So I kind of hope he gets here. I'll give him a cigarette and then I'm going to climb out. But I was hoping to get something of us, you know, a kind of a downward picture. If Frank comes back, I'll get that. But here we go, the DeCook Mine, known as the Staircase Mine. I'm out. Guess who just got back? I just figured I might as well climb out. Be done with it. I'm out. I got the footage.
That's why I come over, I was going to help you out.
It wasn't that bad. What you seeing in there, Frank?
Nothing. They did a cut there, didn't find nothing, and they went down there.
Yeah. I wonder what all the timbering.
What the fuck they were looking for?
I don't know.
I mean, you look around here, there's nothing to indicate that's a place to dig.
Yeah. So they made this cut. It looks like it was a wash ravine, and it looks like they cut through here. You can tell they cut all that out.
Yeah, all this. They cut all this.
It's just incredible, all that work.
For what?
Yeah, like I said, I don't see.
Any comment Tom would make on it was nothing. Nothing. It's like, let's dig a hole. Let's go up there. Dig a hole.
Man, they got a prospect over here.
There's another test hole.
Yeah, they were doing test holes. So, and then they just singled out on that and still came up with nothing. It's a lot of work. An awful lot of work. Trevor, we're done filming now. You got to walk back down the hill.
I do. It's not that bad.
So I waited for you. I waited for you.
I didn't want to walk through it. Were you calling my name?
Yeah, we were yelling your name.
I heard something. I didn't know.
Just follow this road.
Yeah, that's what I did to get up here.
All right. We'll see you after bed. I'll wait for you at camp, all right?
Yeah.
All right. Love you, son.
Love you too.